Nahida, one of the best Dendro enablers in Genshin Impact. She is an incredibly strong character and enables so many teams. So this is my top 5 best Nahida teams. Now I have to give you a disclaimer in this video. While recording the footage, I had some of the most fun in Abyss I've ever had. Nahida and these teams are incredibly fun and interesting due to all the reactions that you can cause. So make sure to watch all the way to the end, because number 5 is a very interesting final team. So enjoy! So as a Tartaglia main, we are starting off with Tartaglia Nahida Hyperbloom, where you play Tartaglia, Nahida Kazuha and Cookie Shinobu. Now if you have an absolute ton of EM on your Cookie Shinobu and your Nahida, and you proc those Hyperbloom seeds with Tartaglia while gathering all the enemies up with Kazuha, you can create some of the most satisfying elemental explosions possible inside of Genshin Impact. Tartaglia is just a great Hydro enabler and works well with Nahida, especially if you do short bursts of his E so that you can do a ton of reaction. Kazuha is here for general damage and of course because he groups the enemies up incredibly well. And then Cookie Shinobu enables both your team to heal really nicely and to do a very strong Hyperbloom reaction, absolutely destroying all the enemies on the screen. This is one of the best Hyperbloom teams you can play, and it enables Tartaglia and Nahida extremely well. It's a big recommend if you own Tartaglia and if you enjoy his playstyle. Next up, a bit of a more experimental team, but if you like huge damage numbers, I would like to recommend Raiden Shogun, MainDPS. Now with Raiden Shogun, if you pair her with Nahida, Kujosara and Zhongli for shields and general survival, you can deal some damage. If your Raiden Shogun is very well built and you have invested well into her, you can definitely already reap the benefit. But by using Nahida and a well built Kujosara, you can also deal incredibly high damage with the Kujosara elemental burst, and Nahida's constant Dendro application just boosts up Raiden's electro damage even more. You can also replace Kujosara with someone like Xinqiu and Yelan for some Hyperbloom fun, which is also a very strong team. But this team just does huge damage. My Raiden can hit 60,000 on a normal attack by being enabled by Zhongli's elemental shred, Kujosara's damage boost and Nahida's reactions. It is extremely strong as long as your Shogun is extremely strong. Now for the third team, we have Burgeon Teams. Now there are a lot of variants of this team, but the way I play it is with Kazuha and Bennett, as Kazuha is also just a great staple in any team, right? Now Teams, you can deal some good damage with him, but together with Nahida you can get some big Dendro explosions by setting enemies ablaze and proccing that Burgeon reaction. Now if both your Nahida and Teams have some nice EM, and Teams can definitely be built with the Range Slasher to have a good amount of EM, you can set the whole battlefield ablaze and everything is on fire. The Burgeon does a ton of damage, and with a well built Teams, you can deal some really good damage competitive with a Hydro team. Now of course you can replace Kazuha here with a Hydro character like a Yelan and a Xinqiu for much better single target damage. So it is kind of picking and choosing what you like and what the situation is. But I can definitely recommend try a Burgeon team with Nahida. It is really good fun and it is a very satisfying reaction visually. Now this has to be one of the most fun teams in Genshin Impact. Number 4, Cyno damage dealer. I love playing Cyno. He is extremely fast and an absolute berserker, and this team enables him to do what he wants and makes everything on the screen explode. You play Cyno, Nahida, Yelan and Zhongli for shields. Now with Yelan's elemental burst, Nahida's Dendro appliance and Cyno's electro, you get the golden trinity of electro, Dendro and Hydro, dealing a absolute ton of Hyperbloom damage, creating seeds everywhere, having the Electro constantly proc, increasing Cyno's damage when it combines with Dendro or creating a Hyperbloom, and all in all, just having elemental explosions around you. Next to that, Cyno is one of the most fun characters to play, and this team can deal some serious single target damage. You can deal huge damage and probably clear some Abyss 12s with it if you have the characters properly built. And now for the final special team. I thought, you know what, we have Raiden Shogun International, but why can we not have a Nahida International? It's Nahida International, baby. Together with Xinqiu, also possible to have Yelan, Zhangling and Bennett. This team was a huge surprise for me. First of all, it's very fun and satisfying because you are proccing about every reaction in the game. And second of all, it does a actually really nice amount of damage. You can deal a good amount of Burgeon damage with some seeds exploding in the middle, and all in all just create a huge fiery blaze if you get a lot of seeds on the field and then just pop a Bennett burst or pop a jungling skill. If your jungling has a lot of EM in their build, this team really appreciates, and I honestly think it is reasonably competitive to things like Sucrose International. Probably not Raiden International, but it is a really strong team, and I would highly incentivize you to try it out because it's just really fun. And I cleared Abyss floor 12 and I was kind of shocked with how good it was. So I would definitely give you the advice to try it out. Now, what is your favorite Nahida team? Please tell it in the comments and tell me if you tried any of these teams and enjoyed them. If you enjoyed this video, please watch another one of mine, as I put a lot of effort in them, and I wish you a very pleasant rest of your day. Goodbye.